Whatever you want to make it.
Good evening, handsome ladies, beautiful lords, and gorgeous thems. Welcome back to the second day of the Lemant Gala. As you have likely noticed by the way your champagne is currently transitioning into a popsicle, it is cold. I'm honestly impressed. I have no idea how the organizers managed to get an entire gala venue to drop below freezing, but they've achieved a level of atmospheric commitment that would make a glacier blush. I've watched many of you make a tactical retreat into the warm room. I've also noticed some of you staying in there for, well, significantly longer than the recommended duration. I get it, but fear not. We have a full team of medical professionals on standby, armed with thermal sensors and heavy-duty blankets to ensure that suffering for fashion doesn't become a literal medical diagnosis tonight. Our theme today is Microtech, the world of ice and snow. To keep your internal hearths burning, we've served soups and hot beverages throughout the day. I truly hope they hit the spot. Our catering company is a local family-owned gem. Every bowl was crafted with the kind of love and passion you simply can't mass produce. Now, I know many of you are watching the stream from the glorious warmth of your own homes. You're wrapped in cozy blankets, sitting on soft sofas in your favorite pajamas, eating a meal that doesn't require a parka to consume. You have the one thing the influential and wealthy elites in this frozen hall do not: physical comfort. Please take a moment to pride yourselves in their jealousy. I know I am. Hey, Mom, I know you're watching. Don't worry, I'm fine. I've spent about 80% of my shift in the warm room, but if I do come home with the sniffles, I wouldn't say no to a pot of my favorite soup. Just putting that out there into the universe. Getting back to the heart of the evening, today is a meditation on the environmental disaster of the Microtech terraforming incident. It stands as a frozen monument to human hubris, a reminder of how a single misstep by our species can create a splash so violent it covers an entire planet in eternal winter. But tonight isn't just about the ice. It's about the resilience beneath it. We honor the creatures that claw and scratch at the frozen earth just to survive. We call them invasive, yet they were merely displaced by our own industrious greed. They persist despite the climate and despite us. There is a primal, haunting beauty in that struggle. They're like butterflies that have learned to fly through the eye of a hurricane just to see the sun on the other side. So as you shiver in your silks and suits, remember strength is born in the cold. Now, pretty please come to the stage, Rosabelle. I'm so cold.
Thank you, Alita. I did suggest that she put some pants on, but she refused. She is so stubborn. Ladies and gentlemen, they tell us to look at New Babbage and see a triumph of silicon, steel, and glass. They point to the spires piercing the clouds and the neon veins pulsing beneath the ice, demanding we marvel at our own ingenuity. But I ask you today to turn your gaze away from the flickering lights, look past the synthetic glow, and see Microtech for what it truly is: a monument to human arrogance. In 2865, this world was poised to be the jewel of the Stanton system. It was promised as a lush paradise, a green lung in the vacuum of space, for a single miscalculation by the UEE. A failure of oversight so profound it defies logic. It turned that promise into a planetary tomb. Within hours, the dream of a new home didn't just fade. It was choked by a flash breeze that defied nature. The temperature didn't just drop, it plummeted with a violence that shattered an entire ecosystem in a single agonizing breath. Millions of imported organisms, the very seeds of our future, were silenced in a scream of ice and howling wind. And what was our response to this catastrophe? We didn't mourn the loss of a biosphere. We didn't weep for the world we broke. No, we sold the corpse. We allowed a corporation to claim this graveyard to pave over the frozen remains of a world and populate it with monsters. They gave us the boreal stalker genetically engineered predators, twisted parodies of life built to survive in a wasteland where nature was never meant to exist. We traded a breathable super Earth for planetary server farm, and in our hubris, we have the audacity to call it progress. The blizzards that scour the surface of Microtech today aren't just weather patterns or atmospheric anomalies. They are the planet's ghost. Every gale, every bone-chilling gust is the spirit of a vibrant world forever mourning what was stolen by a misplaced decimal point. We live in the belly of a machine built on a crime against nature, and as the ice thickens outside those domes, remember this: the universe does not forgive a mistake, and the planet does not forget what it was meant to be. Now, without further ado, we present Shell of Ice.
Twin-colored circles on a sterile gray field, a promise of green that the blizzard concealed. The code had a glitch in the spin of the cloud. Now silence is spinning its frost-woven shroud. Stanton's fourth daughter is shivering deep, while the engine and slumber in digital sleep. Oh, the boreal gracers, they wait for the sun in pockets of meadow where the winter is done. Boreal copians with horns carved of bone adapt to a kingdom they now call their own. Resilience and hide in the strike of the pole, a world redefined by a digital flaw. Terraform ghost in a shell made of ice. We paid for a garden, the planet, the price. Let the winds howl the name of the tech that has failed in the whiteout where every green dream has been veiled. Where every green dream has been veiled. And their rocks take to wing where the tree lines are thin. Boreal stalkers with storms in their skin. No meadows for them, just the mountain, the height. Apex of frost in the permanent night. They were born of the error, they thrive in the cold. A tale of survival that shouldn't be told. Terraform ghost in a shell made of ice. We paid for a garden, the planet, the price. Let the winds howl the name of the tech that has failed in the whiteout where every green dream has been veiled. Where every green dream has been veiled. Microtech.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Tomorrow we move on to warmer climate. It is a day about industrial runoff and satisfaction with the unforgivable.